Hi everyone, it's Heidi from flutterbyheidi.co.uk, back with another Freddo Friday project for you. And this time it's a little double Freddo holder using this lovely colour of, I thought it was rather jungly themed paper. And this is part of the Share What You Love, but the reverse side of it. And you see, because it's Freddos, and Freddos have purple on them, there we go, I decided to make a little purple frog to go on the top there as well. So quick and easy treat, and this is just for some colleagues of mine that hopefully will enjoy them. So quite easy to do, very straightforward. You're going to need some old olive cardstock, which is what I've used there, and the first piece that you need is 8 1/4 by 3 1/4 inches. You'll see I've already cut this to 3 1/4 by 8 1/4, and you're going to score the long at 3 3/8, 3 3/4, 7 1/8, and 7 1/2, like so. That's all the scoring we need to do on that piece. Then the little pocket for the inside is 5 by 2 1/2 inches, and you're going to score the long edge at 1/2 and then at 7/8. Flip it round and do the same again. So at 1/2 inch, and at 7/8 of an inch. Then put it to one side and do the same again. So 1/2 and 7/8. Okay. So pop our scoreboard away, and as always we're going to just fold and burnish those score lines like so. And then you are going to actually cut diagonally across the corner and diagonally across this corner. You're going across that little square that you've created, and then just trim away that little triangle like so. So you'll have a piece that looks like that. We're going to need some DSP. So the first piece for the front is 3 1/8 by 3 inches, and the other piece, which I seem to have neglected to cut, for the inside pocket is 3 inches by 1 1/2 inches. So I'm going to quickly cut a piece like that. So just to trim a piece that's 1 1/2 inches by 3 inches. And the 3 inches on the front piece, the 3 1/8 is the width, because it's just not quite square. Once you've done that, just grab our adhesive and pop that on the front there, and likewise put our adhesive on our little pocket. And then to adhere the pocket, I'm actually using some red tape. If you've got fuse left, you can still use that. But just pop that in like so, and on either side. Those little pocket packs are really quick and easy to make, and make a great little treat holder for kids or grown-ups, big kids. And what I'm going to do is just take that red tape off. Well, hopefully I am anyway. It's going to behave itself. And then folding that under, I'm just going to line that up with the just above the bottom and centre it, and then these two pieces, just square that off and tuck those in. So that makes our little pocket. So that's ready to pop our Freddos in, which I have here. These are great. I do Slimming World, and we have to put little treats in, and Freddos are a great little treat for those on Slimming World, because they're kind of calorie, well, they're sin counted, in fact, for us. So that's the basic holder. I've then got a piece of cardstock that's 1 1/4 inches by 8 1/4, and I'm going to wrap that round on itself. I'm not going to pull it too tight, but what I am going to do is just crease on each of those rather than measuring. Sometimes when you're doing a belly band, it's actually easy just to crease it, and you'll see that you can just then add a little bit of tape or glue. I'll probably use some tape here, as it's obviously going to be under a little bit of tension. That creates our belly band, so don't make it too tight because you want to be able to easily slip it on and off. But by lining up the 2 side edges, you know that's going to be okay. So you can see here, that will just slide on and off nice and easily. And then in terms of our sentiment on the front, that's using the fabulous Animal Outing stamp set, and we received this when we went to Onstage recently, which is one of those gatherings I've mentioned before of demonstrators, and we get a stamp set in our bag usually when we arrive, which is rather nice, and this time it was this stamp set. Which is it's a particularly good one. We have demonstrators in Australia, and they don't get many kind of Aussie themed ones, whereas this one with the kangaroo is rather good fun, because you've got a kangaroo and a little koala in there. Obviously giraffes, yeah, anything that's kind of safari themed, and likewise rhinoceroses, but they were particularly impressed with the kangaroo and koala, and some lovely sentiments as well. So I'm just going to pop our little frog onto our piece of Whisper White cardstock, and then I'm going to use some Old Olive to stamp the sentiment. If you haven't got Old Olive, then you could use the Memento Black as well. So I'm just going to pop that over the top there, and then to colour it, I've actually used my blender pen, and I've put a little bit of Old Olive ink on that from a re-inker. Obviously you could also smoosh your kind of ink pad onto a piece of acetate or our silicone mats, and then pick up the ink from there. Obviously you don't want to use your blender pen directly to your ink pad. I've done the same with some gorgeous grape ink, and on our new colours, and that's to make our little perf. So I'm kind of covering the shaded bits first, because it will obviously lighten as you use it. You can see there, just like so. And then this one happens to fit in our everyday label punch. So just line that up and punch. I've then done, let's do a layer and a bit of Old Olive as well, a little scrap. But to layer them up, all I've done is I've just very quickly cut up the centre of those, and then to layer them I just come in with some glue and add the layer on either end. It's quite easy to do with these straight sides. Then same again for our next layer as well. I just wanted something to make it stand off the Old Olive belly band a little bit. So line that up. And then to make sure it doesn't ping off, and also to help keep that belly band closed, I'm just putting a strip of super sticky tape that's sticking to my scissors, super sticky tape. And that just goes on in the middle. And there we have our 2 Ferrero treat holder ready for you to gift to whoever you might like. Belly band slips off. There we have our treats. And again, you can just slip that belly band back on whenever you want. Okay, I hope you've enjoyed making, or I hope you will enjoy making this project. If you'd like any products, then visit my shop, heidismith.stampinup.net, and you'll find even more projects on my blog, flutterbyheidi.co.uk. Thanks for watching. Bye now.